all starts with Mike Cervi, who wanted to be a cowboy growing up in Cherry Creek Hills in Littleton, Colorado. Showed up at a Little Britches rodeo with a bullfighter wasn't there, 14-year-old kid. So he started in the 40s and aspired to be a cowboy. Casey Tibbs was one of his heroes. He idolized Casey, says he personally knew him, loved him, and then worked with Casey Tibbs and Gene Autry with the Wild West show over at the World's Fair in Belgium. And he had the dream from the beginning. My brother Chase and I were just fortunate enough to be able to be a part of that process to grow into this company to what it is today.
I mean, we wouldn't be here today without my father. It all goes back to him. He's built this and done obviously he's a very special man, and we're very fortunate to be his sons. And I just hope we can keep it going. I mean, Benny and I, we have to get along, and that's sometimes a big challenge. And we have to get along and just work through the tough times and just enjoy it and still spend time with family, because that's special. And at the end of the day, just hope it all works out.
Being a stock contract, it's interesting. We're very blessed that Mike got into the business when he did, with the companies that he did. And the two Butler brothers, Lynn and Jake Butler, merging those two companies together, it was a timing thing. Because I don't know if it could be done today, just because it is such a popular thing to be a stock contractor. Mike Cervi did it. There were 20 companies, stock contracting companies. Now there is 87.
You always want to grow and get bigger. That's the main goal. And yes, I mean, you're always wanting to raise more bucking horses and get as many as you can to the NFR. That's one of your biggest goals.
When Mike was doing it, there was 850 rodeos. Now there's 650 to 700 a range. So it's become very competitive, but at the same time, competition helps you either get better or go away. If you're not growing, you're dying is our mindset, and so that's what we keep trying to do, just keep getting bigger and better, because that's the only way to stay relevant.
Rodeo stock contractors are the foundation of the rodeo business, in my opinion. Rodeo started through the bucking horse, breaking broncs, and the old-time stock contractors are the ones that would do that. They would take ranch broncs and bring them on and put them in the rodeo string, and that's what they had. They didn't have all the special stuff we have today.
It's hard to look at it as a blessing in disguise, but it truly is. And so it's anybody wanting to be a stock contractor, it's not an easy life. There's a lot of times you question, why are we doing this? I mean, obviously from bad weather, sometimes financially, sometimes politically, but there's no more satisfaction being a stock contractor than having an animal that you raised from a baby.
I mean, you figure out the genetics, the stud on what mare, what's going to be the best cross, and from that point to being a baby to bucking them for the first time at 4 years old.
It's a feeling that's hard to describe. Just like your children doing well. These animals are our livelihood and our children. You've seen it from the very first day it was born to its pinnacle of performing at the national finals, at Denver, at San Antonio, at Houston.
Our bucking horses are turned out on thousands of acres. They buck 8 to 10 times a year, so that's 2 minutes at the most a year they work. They're hauled on special straights and special special trailers. They're not on a trailer any longer than 8 hours. We make sure we always stop, rest the stock, everything's well taken care of. We ship our own feed to every rodeo we go to, or we buy it special at the rodeos if we don't send it there. But alfalfa, I mean, we try to get the most high quality feed we can. They have it better than anything.
Chase and we love what we do. I mean, we're invested financially, emotionally into this business, because we give a big portion of our lives to this business. We're on the road 10 months out of the year, and it's not something you can just step away from, because it's something, if you give it up, it's very unlikely you'll be able to get it back at this magnitude. So something we don't take for granted, because if you do, it can be taken away. And there's so many other individuals that would kill to be in this position. And so you got to remind yourself, don't take it for granted, because there's so many other people that would kill to be in your position.
I would just grow up going to the rodeos as a little kid with my dad, chasing out calves and steers, picking up flanks, just feeding, sorting, just being a part of it, and just fell in love with it like everybody does, and just been very fortunate to be a part of it with my family like I had. That's the best part and what makes it so special. The ranches and the rodeo, the cows, the calves, the rodeo, the horses, it's always been my biggest interest in life, and I've been very fortunate to be a part of it, and there's been nothing else I want to do, that's for sure.
Stoneham is a family homestead in 1883, which is a pretty rough country out there, the Pawnee grasslands, and it was homesteaded by our great uncle and great grandfather. And then in the Great Depression, we lost a big portion of it. Mike, by hard work and determination, was able to put it back together. We've got a really amazing team that makes it possible.
We have Taos Muncie and Randy Britton who pick up for us, along with me, and then a gentleman named Chuck Kite, who is our flank man, who's from back east. He used to ride bareback horses, and that's kind of our rodeo crew side of it. And then we have gentlemen who drive trucks for us, and the ranch side of it is extremely important. We have Riley Hogg and Larry Hogg that live out in Stoneham, who take care of all that stock, which is the most important part in my opinion, because without them it's not going to get there. It's not going to get fed, so they're extremely important.
They get things ready and then transition from Stoneham to Roggen, which is kind of it's a shipping point for Denver, because the Denver Stock Show is in the middle of Denver. There's no room out there, so we're very fortunate between having this place here in Roggen to go in and out of Denver of, and then Stoneham is the core of the whole operation.
From the rodeo people to the ranch people, and they ride for the brand, that's for sure. They're loyal, and we're very lucky to have a wonderful crew.